So I'm here with the man himself, the African giant BURNA boy, and I want to ask you, why is it important that the diaspora come home?
You know why? Okay, let's use America for example, right? Because we can use anywhere. Yeah, but let's just use America, right? Why do you think the Chinese American, yeah, has their respect and they don't go through the things that African Americans go through?
Nigerians are more concerned about the loans owed to China and its implication on the country's sovereignty.
Even though they might go through their struggles, I'm not taking anything away from them, but they don't go through what the African American goes through. You know why? Because the Chinese American has a base. He actually knows where he's from in China. Right.
Of this figure, Nigeria's debt to China alone is about $3.59 billion.
And they have support from the Chinese government.
You understand? Like the Italian American.
They have Italy.
They know where their grandparents came from in Italy before. They know the first person in their family to come to America to start that line that made them Italian American. They know.
Devo dire che con i nigeriani avverto più pericolo rispetto che con i siciliani, perché hanno una percezione del valore della vita molto inferiore rispetto agli italiani.
You understand what I'm saying? The same goes for everyone else except the African American.
Is where the Black Axe and where the Mafia both operate.
Vedo un aumento di loro come persone, stiamo cercando sempre più di conoscerli, un po' come è successo con la mafia negli anni '80 quando si conosceva poco.
You understand what I'm saying to you? So how can an African American and an Italian American be on the same field when how do I put this in a nice politically correct way?
These loans from the Exim Bank of China has sparked an outcry from Nigerians who are concerned that China may resort to taking over Nigeria's assets if the loans are not serviced. Nigeria's debt to China alone is about $3.59 billion.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So, as you heard all those words spoken about, BURNA boy, Nigerian boy, whatever his name is, he's from Nigeria, right? And he's made the bulk of his success with his transplant over into the American market. And since then, he's been a huge success. We all have to agree. We've been in the clubs, dance to his music. We vibe with him. Hey, praises be Africa. This is the problem I have a problem with. I don't like when Africans, and mind you, ain't an African in a freaking canoe came over here and asked anybody if they wanted to go back home. Let's not forget. I have a problem when a lot of Africans want to give their, let's say, opinions about African Americans. I have a big problem with it. And the reason I have a problem with it is, one, the diaspora that you speak of, BURNA boy, you're part of. Matter of fact, I'll go even further. That's why I included all those little bit tidbits of information, because the reason you pointed out the Chinese and the Italians is because of your connection with the Chinese and the Italians, which that connection seems to be a dependent. You're dependent on Italy when you're trying to escape Nigeria because it ain't nothing but there. Those same Italians I done hung out with, Italians I know that BURNA boy was praising. Let me tell you something. It's three types of Italians. Anybody that's been around Italians, they know that. There's the Napoli's, there's the Benzo, Benzo, and I'm trying to think of the third one here. Neapolitan. All three of those Italians are most prominent, if not all, but most prominent in Italian culture. And the other ones that may differ a little bit would be the ones that are Tuscan, all right? With that being said, these same Africans that BURNA boy is talking about, these same Africans, these same Nigerians, they go into Italy trying to escape from Nigeria and Nigeria's poverty. And when they get there, they become gangsters, they become criminals, they become pimps, they become abusers, they become murderers, etc., etc., etc. in droves. So much that the Italian government had to form their own crime unit specifically for Nigerians. And how about that BURNA boy? Two, you're dependent on the Chinese because they're the sovereignty of the country right now. They're giving you loan after loan after loan after loan after loan. They literally own Nigeria. And for that gentleman that was giving an interview who sounded like he was kind of Jamaican, the same thing goes for you down in Jamaica. The Chinese own Jamaica. The Chinese don't own the United States. So when he gave this clever comparison or whatever, which really was to kind of like soft shell land on insulting African Americans, y'all might have not peeped it, but I peeped it. I'll even go a step further. There's a video that's floating around, actually several of them that are floating around online right now that you can go check out. And you will hear Africans, not all Africans, I used to date an African, not all Africans, not all Muslims, but a high majority of them dissing Americans. They will say everything from you're not like us. They will say America can keep them. They will say they don't like you. They will say they don't want to have any togetherness with you or whatever. Mind you, you guys are saving thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to go over there and live. For what? I told y'all a long time ago, the only reason Ghana was offering to let people, yes, you remember Ghana where they had all the slave ships for the Atlantic trade slave debacle? You remember that, where they had slave castles that you go to right now and visit? Well, let me tell you something. Ghana was at the helm of that slave trade. And then in ironic, when the country started going broke, they said, you know what, why don't y'all come on back home? Now we're going to come pick y'all up. Now, here goes an extra $1,000. In fact, you had people, upon the president of Ghana apologizing for African Americans in slavery, after that, you had droves of people that were within the whole country of Ghana sitting back saying, I had no idea this happened. There's plaques at a freaking castle that's a tourist attraction that attracts anywhere from, they say, almost millions of people a year. Huh? You didn't know nothing about it. You didn't know the atrocities. No, this is the colonization of these people. You understand what I'm saying? And it's much more deeper than yours. And if you go into the nearest ghetto in whatever state you're in the United States, you'll notice something. It's quite similar. Burna Boy, you messed up on this one. I ain't gonna call for everybody to cancel you. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna call for everybody to cancel you. Stop buying this motherfucker's music.
Monkey!